Jasmine with the weekly wrap. Normally we get you up to speed about what's going on during the week, but it's Christmas and we are in the giving mood. So here are some of our favorite stories from the past year. Let's get things started with our most recent interview, Golden Globe nominee Monique. It seems as if Monique has it all. Talent, a loving family, a great relationship with some of the biggest power players in Hollywood, and a successful film under her belt that many will say earned an Oscar. But for Monique, the accolades mean nothing.
We didn't go into this film with Oscar on our mind. We went into this project wanting to make an amazing project and wanting to let Sapphire know we appreciated what she put in that book and bring that to life. Our thought was never, oh, this is gonna be Oscar worthy. That was never our thought.
Melanie Fiona's debut album, The Bridge, is doing some major damage right now, and it's no wonder why. The song's just music is so cool.
Okay, he's got my number and you can't want me, baby, here I am. Either you make the time or just forget me.
I work so hard and I don't feel like I've made it by any stretch of the imagination. Every day is still a grind. I still go up to radio stations to say, can you play my record? I still live out of my suitcase and, do the things that I've been doing for the past 5, 6 years doing, before getting a deal and now having a deal, to work hard to still make it. I feel great to be a part of the movement that I think was happening with music when it comes to hip hop especially. Artists like Drake, J. Cole, Wale, Kid Cudi, Consequence. I just feel like these artists are bringing something that people love. And the reason why I think it's such a great movement is because it's real.
Some collaborators with Melanie also made the list. It was a big year for Kid Cudi and Wale, who both released their debut albums and, along with their friend rapper Drake, all earned the title of GQ's Men of the Year.
The whole album is cinematic in nature, and I wanted to, attack that on all fronts. Whether it was the artwork or whether it was the tracks or whether it was the track listing. I wanted it to look like as if you were opening a script and looking at the table of contents of the story.
It's going to be a very, once again, like an eclectic mix. You'll get your Jeezy and Jay fix and your Wayne verse fix, but you'll also have if you want to escape from that for a minute, which is what I like to do for people, I'm going to give you the option to go somewhere else too.
I just wanted an album to define me as a person, and all the stories on there are true, but they're completely different than each other. Like Mirrors is completely different than Shades, which is different than Her Diary, which is different than Triumph, which is different than Nanas Uno, and essentially there's no common sound. So sonically, it's attention deficit, and theoretically, it is too. I was on the phone with 7 people from Interscope, and I was like, yo, okay, attention deficit, just freaking put a dude with headphones on watching 10 TVs, I don't care. And I thought, oh, that's kind of tight, because he's all over the place, like me. My mind is 1 part radio, 1 part TV, 2 parts books, 4 parts Iceberg Slim, 1 part Wes Craven. It's just kind of, that's my thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, he should have been reading a book too.
Moving on from 3 hip-hoppers that are just getting started in the game to a true veteran who's taken his career to the next level, LL Cool J. We have to give a huge congrats to LL Cool J and his hit TV show, NCIS LA. This week, the TV show broke records when the series was sold into syndication after only 7 weeks of being on the air. We talked to LL a while back about the show.
I had to go down to Camp Pendleton. I had to meet with behavioral analysts. I had to actually consult with actual NCIS agents. We've been doing a lot of work. There's a lot of technical, not just the jargon, but just having an understanding, like you said, of how they process information, how interrogations, how they take place, how they're supposed to take place.
Another name that is a true powerhouse in the music business is Rodney Jerkins. Our Vanessa Barnett sat down with Rodney and he shared some fascinating stories about some of the biggest names in entertainment.
I definitely think Janet being here is therapeutic to her. For her to come to the studio every day, dealing with the loss of her brother, and at that same time shooting the movie with Tyler Perry, Why They Get Married Part 2, and then losing her boyfriend who she's been with for 7 years or something like that. All of that is a lot of emotion, so I think coming to the studio was like her breath of fresh air.
Finally, one of the most colorful folks in entertainment stopped by our studios a few months ago, and things around here haven't been the same. I'm talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Nene.
Everybody knows that I'm known for some of my sayings, so it really makes sense that I write the book just like I talk. You know, if I use the curse word here or there, if I say honey child please or girlfriend, you know, da-da-da, we figured that we may as well write it that way because people could really relate. You know, I don't like to do stuff phony either. I wasn't going to be using all these big words and knowing that that's really not me, and I would never be hanging out with you girls using all these big words that we don't even know the definition of. So I was just like, I'm going to tell it like I tell it, and that's how I want you to write it.
Nene's book is available everywhere now. That does it for us. See you next week, and you know the drill. Check us out at HipHollywood.com, follow us on Twitter, and make sure you check us out every morning for our Daily Dish live on Ustream. See you next week.